What's shaking, it's bacon, and today we're talking about speculatory news regarding the Taken King, Destiny's new expansion to come. And surprisingly, this speculation isn't from me. It's speculation that is kind of blowing up on the Destiny Reddit right now. And it's from this guy named For Emerald or For Memerald. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, sorry. But it's a lot of kind of bombshell news, but kind of compact. All right, so this guy apparently claims to have connections to people who are working on the Taken King and things like that. And take all this that I'm going to say with a grain of salt, because not only is this secondhand information, but it could be changed at any time. And that's only if this is all in fact true, because it's speculation, it may not be true. It could be fake for all we know. But yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe everything fully, because if these actually are true or whatever, how much truth is in it, because it is secondhand information. Alright, so we'll just jump right into it because it is a lot to cover. The first bit of information is that Bungie is currently working on Clans 2.0, in which you and your clanmates may be able to give each other buffs in the game. These possibly earned through meeting certain clan requirements. I think that's pretty interesting. It seems to be like the Grimoire things where you kind of could get a little bit more glimmer from killing how many enemies, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I'd like to see in-depth things with the clan system. I think that if this is true, it is just like the icing on the cake, because there's no way they would call it Clans 2.0 if all they have for us are buffs. I mean, come on, it'd have to be something intriguing, things that we've been asking for when it comes to clans. Next, we have a bit of information about the Vanguard, and it says Kaid 6, the Hunter Vanguard. I'm sorry, I've been a hunter for so long I can't even pronounce his name. And Commander Zavala, the Hunter and Titan Vanguard, both play big roles in Taken King. Not quite sure how they will be incorporated though. Now, this could tie into what Bungie was talking about with the interesting cast of characters and the narrative and all of that. We could be seeing people that we see all the time interact in a deeper way, because there's been lore about Zavala and his things like that. I've looked into that, so to see him in action, to see the Hunter Vanguard in action would be really interesting. Up next, we have artifacts are in fact not going to be relics, but something completely different. Quoted, "They're going to be much cooler, giving Guardians new effects and new ways to play." I find this the sketchiest. Not sketchy in terms of it may not be real or fake or whatever, because I think of it all as that, but this, I'm wondering what Bungie would possibly be doing with this. This is like the oddball, and this is like the rabbit in the hat. You don't know if you're going to pull out a rabbit or air. This is intriguing. What could happen to us Guardians that would just change things up? What new powers would we get besides our subclasses and all that? Intriguing. Although this is probably well known, Eris Morn will have a huge part in the story of the Taken King, main quest giver. I mean, it's the Hive, right? The Hive are acting up, so Eris screams like Omnigul. Okay. And here comes another piece of information that we could have deduced ourselves. There will be 3 separate bosses in the Dreadnought raid as seen in the trailers. The big guys that stand out, like that Cabal that I compared to Mega Man. Next, something that sounds very exciting. The land tanks from Cabal will be seen much more throughout the quest line. Hinted that they will be usable in the quests. Okay, cool. Not really that interesting to me, but I guess cool. But here is some information that interests me. The Cabal, even though they are being hunted and taken, are still not going to be an ally in the main quest line. They will in fact turn to shoot at you just as they do in any other patroller mission, which is nice because it's playing off of how the Cabal mentality is. They're just brutes. They don't give a crap about who the enemy is. All that matters is they have enemies. There's no such thing as allies unless you're a fellow Cabal, and I'm pretty sure they'd beat each other's asses if they could. These guys are tough dudes, so I don't want them submitting to us just because we have a common enemy. Come on now. The new Taken abilities of Cabal, Fallen, Vex, and Hive are all going to be mirrors of supers or close to them. For example, Dregs will put up bubble shields just like a Defender Titan would. They will be used to counter certain supers of Guardians. I like this because the minions of the darkness tend to have similar abilities to us to begin with. The Vandals or whatever, they'll go invisible like hunters. I mean, there's too many similarities within our powers. And where did we get our powers? From the Traveler. And the big speculation with the beginning of the game was that the Traveler was evil, and they kind of cut that out or something like that. And I'm liking that. I'm liking, if this is indeed true, this would be really interesting and would lead to so much more speculation and kind of add more continuity to the idea that the Traveler is evil. The Dreadnought patrol will be much larger and contain much more than normal patrols, hiding treasures and secrets that will take months to figure out. A planet in itself, but larger. And I'm so happy to hear something like this related to patrol and making it more intriguing and kind of like a treasure hunt. You're just looking for things, and it could take a long time. It's like the collaboration of many Guardians to find the treasure. Just like, say, in the Vault of Glass raid, in the beginning, it was like there was so many hidden things, and we just were looking for it frantically. And I'm happy to hear something about Patrol after making that Patrol video, how they could make it better. Saturn will not be explorable, as I really hoped it might have been even a little. Like ship exploration of some sort, as it is a gas giant. Okay, whatever, I guess. Cop out maybe, because we do have some nice equipment from the Golden Age that I think would allow us to explore a planet that we once claimed. Whatever. Maybe we can fly our ships through for fun. Psych, loading screen. Bungie is working on a new form of sending for year 2 that I couldn't be told too much about. Stated, it is too complicated to explain, but it will be similar to the current form of ascending that we know already. I assumed that from what they're saying, it meant that they could not go deeper into detail about it at this time. It will also have a way to customize yourself to be different than other Guardians. Possibly shaders for guns? Interesting. Now, Ascension is something that has to get a new revamp or whatever because of the way that they set it up to be straight up for year 1, the conclusion of year 1. This is leading into year 2, so they need something new. I don't think that's really that spectacular of news. And then he kind of throws in the gun shaders, which is just his own guess. And I'd love if that guess was true, you know? And let me say these last 2 points are the most far-fetched. They are the furthest from my thoughts on Destiny reality, okay? So take this with like a handful of salt, like just dash that entire thing into the food. Fuck it. Now for Destiny 2.0, this will be a completely new game. It is titled currently as Destiny 2, The Shattered Suns, and is planned for release on September of 2016. You will be using your current characters. It will focus heavily on Osiris and his endeavors as he is the main quest giver in the game. A new form of enemy is said to be in development, possibly Hamkara. Couldn't get a straight answer from anyone on that. Mercury is also supposed to be a big player in Destiny 2, The Shattered Suns, the main area in which the Guardian will explore. Bungie has also hired on Hollywood writers for the story of this game as well. A new voice for the Ghost, thank God, is also being implemented. Bungie apparently stated that they are not going to continue with DLCs, but instead release free raids, planets, etc. throughout time. They will only be continuing with the main games after the Taken King and its successor DLCs. Now, before we get into the second one, goddamn. You see, this boiled over. The pot lost its pan. Like, what the fuck is this? Activision allowing Bungie not to make more DLC? Bungie not wanting to make more DLC? Did we complain that much about a $40 DLC? Is that gonna carry us that freaking long? My whole DLC debate saying that it's gonna become a big old issue, is this their resolution? I don't think so. No DLC, maybe something related to a subscription or something like that, but no DLC, god damn. Finally, as a bonus, there is not going to be trading implemented in the game ever. Stated, Activision got sent a letter regarding what not to do on an MMORPG from Blizzard, and trading was on that list. Also, that there is no sixth chest in the Vault of Glass, or has only been known by a small group of people in the studio. It was just a bluff to keep us occupied for the Taken King, most likely. Occupied? Doubt it. We've been talking about something like this for a while now, so I don't think it was just to occupy us for the Taken King. Now, saying trading will never be implemented, I agree with that. I don't want trading to ever be implemented. Something like helping someone get what they want, okay, I like that. But to just hand someone a Galgahorn or Hawkmoon, in my case, would just be like, meh, I don't want it. I want to, get that shit myself. It would be a lot more fun. It'd be a cooler story if I was able to say, I got this on the raid while this kid was crying in my ear, and then this guy was hitting me, and I was trying to swing the sword, but I missed, but then I still got him. Something like that would be so much more intriguing than he traded it to me. So this was a lot of information, and the guy goes on to say some other things in his little edits of the post. Here he says, as a lot of people have been stating, they think that Activision wouldn't drop the DLCs based on pure revenue loss, which in turn I believe as well. But I think what might be in play after Taken King and its successor DLCs is something like a subscription-based game with added free DLCs. I'd like that. I'd definitely like that. And I'll say this right now just so you guys know how I feel about all this. Besides the last 2 points, I believe in this. The last 2 points, I feel, if they are true or have ever been partially true, can be just dashed away and changed up. Besides the whole trading thing, I think that could be thrown away. So yeah, this was really interesting. I like posts like this because I love speculation and I love making it myself, but hell, I don't have connections like this. The comment section of this post seems to be talking a lot about the Minions of the Darkness having supers, and they're saying that Gold Gun is gonna be useless and that Arcblade is just gonna devastate us. Oh my gosh. Scions with Arcblade. Could you imagine that? Alright, so that's about it for this. Tell me what you guys think about all this. I'm really interested to hear it. I hope you like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch you in the next one.